You can make a film on a camera the size of that doorknob and still show it to 1,600 people in an audience. It's still a great communal experience.
So recently my buddy Joel Haver, a filmmaker that I look up towards a lot just because of the quality and consistency of his work, released his 7th feature film, Pretend That You Love Me. And to me, Pretend That You Love Me is pretty much the perfect indie film. Like Joel's other films, the film is independent in the truest sense of the word. And it doesn't really shy away from the fact that it doesn't have this huge production team, but it instead embraces this to give a very unique cinematic experience and just to form this wonderful piece that just feels like nothing I've seen before. The core of the film, or any other film or art in fact, is how it interacts with the viewer, how it create some kind of emotional and intellectual response within the spectator. And with Pretend That You Love Me, Joel has shown me that you don't really need a huge budget to do this. It's you can really do this with a camera. With the camera I'm recording with right now, I can create something that brings some kind of emotion to you, the viewer. Anyways, I will link Joel's latest feature film down below. I definitely recommend that you check it out. It's my favorite of his films, and it's my favorite film of the year. I might be a bit biased, but it is the best film I've seen this year, and it's available for free on YouTube, so please check it out. Anyways, after I watched the film, I've been thinking a lot on my own filmmaking aspirations, and I've kind of decided a goal, because I'm working on a script right now, and I've decided a goal for when I'm going to actually make it, and I've set a deadline for myself for when I will complete this film and release it. See, the thing is that making this film is pretty much completely in my control, unless we have another wave of the coronavirus. I feel like any other kind of world event won't stop me from making this film. It's really up to me, and if I work hard enough to actually make the film. And setting a deadline will allow me to make it without overthinking it too much, without trying to make it everything perfect. I will try to make the film as great as it can be, but I think making it perfect will maybe overcomplicate things to the level that I don't want. I just want to make something and build some kind of creative momentum. See, at the start of this year, I made a promise to myself that I would make a short film every 2 weeks, and as you can probably see from my channel, it did not work, and the reason for that was that I didn't share this goal with anyone, and if I didn't actually make a short film every 2 weeks, there was no way of me being held accountable for my lack of effort. But when I was actually making films, I gained some kind of momentum that made it really easy to make these films. Not really easy, but it would be easier to make these films than to not make these films, if you know what I'm saying. And then I took a week break from making these short films, and suddenly, the week after that, it was so hard to find the time to make another short film. So this kind of momentum is very interesting. I don't really know how it works, but for me, in my personal experience, that's just something I've experienced. Considering that, I need something to start off my feature filmmaking and give that some kind of momentum for me to start making more feature films as well. The concept of my film is also something that I can easily overcomplicate if I overthink it, but I want the film to feel very elementary, very raw, and if I do that on an instinctual level, if I make the film more instinctually, I feel like I can achieve that, make the film almost feel like a song or a poem, which just makes it feel more natural rather than something that is over-convoluted. I feel like I'm giving a lot of information without any context, but I don't want to explain the concept of it because I want that to be some kind of anticipation and surprise for what it actually is. But what I can say is that it's a very ambitious concept, but it's ambitious in terms of its like ideas and not in terms of its actual filmmaking. It's a fairly simple film to make. I just, need this camera, we need a bunch of actors, which I can surely find. I don't need any visual effects or anything, so it's a film that definitely is up to me and if I am able to make it, and it's not really, if I'm not able to make this film, it's my fault. It's completely my fault, but that's not the case. I'm going to make this film. If I don't make this film, I'm gonna be watching this and I'm gonna be seeming like a fool, but I just have to say this, and so the deadline I'm making for this film is 20th of January 2021. Whoa, that was kind of a cool transition, but it's a bit too cliche. Anyways, so I forgot to say this in the video, but the release date is 20th of January 2021 because that is the day I turn 18, so that's kind of exciting. And I think that this, like, 7 months or so, is enough time for me to make the film, and make it at a pretty good, like, make it really good, while also, you know, being, like, releasing it on my 18th birthday. I think that's so cool. And yeah, I forgot to say it in the video, but that's why the date's 20th of January, and that's why I chose such a specific date. And yeah, that's when it's gonna come out. I think that's plenty of time for me to work on it and polish it up enough. But yeah, the film is currently titled Stay With Me, and it's a film about memory, purpose, and kind of unconditional empathy. For any young filmmakers, I definitely recommend checking out Joel Haver's work. It's all free on YouTube. He also recently had a video called You're Already a Filmmaker on his YouTube channel, which I'll also link down below, which kind of inspired me to make this video and inspired me to set this deadline for myself and hold myself accountable, because really I need to make this film for myself and just to kind of get going. I need to get started with my feature filmmaking stuff, because I'm not really satisfied with just making these short films over this, like, long span of time, and I think I just really want to move on to features, and I feel like I've done a lot of shorts and it's not as, I feel like I can give a bigger impact on the viewers with a feature film, and that's more of what I'm interested in, rather than just showing off that, wow, I can do this cool filmmaking thing. Of course, shorts are really cool, but feature films are really my passion, so that's why I kind of am headed towards that direction, and that's what I really want to do. I will probably be updating my journey of making the film on this YouTube channel, so if you are interested, please just check out my channel, watch some videos. You know, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate my viewers so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Joel Haver, if you're watching this, thank you so much for inspiring me, and you're such an inspirational figure to me. And I also interviewed Joel Haver, so check out that interview, check out his work, and thank you so much. And I feel like I'm rambling on right now, and I think I'm just gonna shut up now.